Sagittarius, it's March 2019. Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au. You know, the transit of what we call the malefic planets in the sixth house is pretty good. Mars is in your sixth. Energy, drive, and confidence for your work is indicated. A lot of passion there, as we can see here from the square from Venus, but that's short-lived. It moves out on the first and second into your third house, which is travels, mental engagement, and just a lot of thinking going on here. Venus is not particularly friendly to you, but it does rule your social activities, and we see here that there may be travels or trips or journeys associated with your friendships, and that hard aspect tapers off very quickly at this time. On the 7th, we need to look at what's happening with the new moon there taking place in the 4th house. So this is important as far as your family affairs are concerned. And you notice also that there's a retrograde Mercury taking its position here. And that's going to occur all the way up until the 28th. So the contradiction here is that the new moon indicates a drive or a push into a new direction or commencing something that you've had planned for a while. And Mercury, of course, is the planet of ideas, but when it goes retrograde, and it is not particularly friendly to you, it's going to cause some setbacks for you in that area. Now, where is that? We see here your ruling planet is beautifully still placed here in your sun sign, but at the right angle to these planets, to Neptune. So there can be some idealistic challenges or obstructions that stop you from expanding and developing what it is that you want at this time. And most notably there in the domestic sphere with family members, maybe real estate, buying or selling a house. These are all the areas that are under the jurisdiction of this 4th house of your horoscope. And then we see just briefly there let me just go back there for a moment. This combination of planets, Uranus then moving in where the Mars transit is taking place in your 6th house, and then the moon. So a lot of activity on the 11th, 12th associated with your working environment, and that's quite nice there. That's actually showing a breakthrough in terms of how you're handling your finances. That slow-moving Saturn that can bog you down in all sorts of BS is receiving some constructive sort of aspects from the moon and also from Mars. That gets stronger and stronger. So although you've got this domestic stuff holding you back, you can find an outlet there through this 6th house experience. Venus moves very quickly this month, and it relates to the social activities. And we see there on the 21st, I'm missing a couple of the aspects here. The 21st, we see both the full moon and at the same time the transit of the sun into Aries. This is what we call the Aries ingress, important in your 5th house of creativity, and just at the time of making that full moon to the social zone of your horoscope. So it shows us a repetitive sort of theme here relating to, making friends, finding love, getting out and about. And that's a nice counterbalance to this hard work and this constructive sort of element of Mars and Saturn here, finances, debts being paid off. Here you've got to be careful. I've found that Mars in the 6th house can give sort of inflammatory problems in the body, acidic conditions. So you need to watch your diet under this. And that's also shown here. Saturn is salty in nature, so you've got to be careful that you don't overdo the salt or savoury element of your diet. On the 26th, we see Venus moving in. It gives you maybe a half thumbs up for what was held up here in the domestic sphere. And at that time, the 28th, take a look at the lovely stationary, ready to move forward Mercury in this area, indicating all systems go back in this area. Venus beautifies the home, makes you happy in yourself too, because it's quite dignified in the sign of Pisces. And just on the 31st, these lovely aspects forming to the karmic point. For some of the other star signs, I'd focused quite a bit on the issue of karma. I want to talk briefly on this. You notice that this is approximately an 18-month cycle. It's where your desire nature takes you. It's what fuels your karma. All here in this hidden 8th house of sexuality, shared resources. You know, sexuality is a shared resource. It's a shared human resource. The 8th house is also the shared money that you have with other people. So all of these aspects of your life are coming into focus, and the problems that you've had there will need to be addressed under this cycle. You see, I jumped the gun there, but I'll talk more about that next month. Mars moving into 7th house of partnerships and what that will do to you. Find out more about this interesting month for you anyhow. I think it's interesting, especially here. I love what I'm seeing here in the lower part of the horoscope, in the domestic sphere and in the internal sphere. At astrology.com.au, the monthly forecast, the daily forecast, and also the year in focus, so you can get this all in the context of where you're going. Call me, email me, subscribe if you need some personal help with a problem. I am the irreverent astrologer here to help you. Astrological coaching, self-empowerment. That's pretty much what I'm about, and I hope you'll avail yourself of that. I look forward to meeting you in person. Join me next month here at the same time, same channel. Bye-bye for now.